for episode 42 of Midnight Club 3, which I believe is what this is, if I recall correctly. It's now time for us to get on with the SUV truck races here in Atlanta, also known as the Big Players races. And aside from that, we also have a few of these to do in San Diego as well, and also Detroit. But let's get started here in Atlanta, as we have at least 3 races on the map to do here, but I'd imagine we've no doubt got to do more than these. So let's get to it. And if you were paying attention to my spot on the map, you would notice that I am parked right outside of where the first SUV truck race really is. And believe it or not, we are starting off with some Porsche Cayennes, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, here we go. As I am starting this off, driving my big black Cadillac Escalade EXT. Yeah, you know what, I think it's just better for me to use the tactic I always use if I'm struggling, and that's just to use one of my shots of nitrous immediately just to get the head start, and also for me to see if I can somehow get a leg up on the AI, because not only do these things feel really heavy, but it's also because I keep getting caught behind, and I don't think the acceleration I currently have is enough to fend them off on pure pace alone, in spite of all the upgrades I've already fitted to this thing. They don't seem to be holding up very well when it comes to pure speed, and at the moment that seems to be the main problem I'm having unless I do get a leg up. And it's hard to tell if whether or not I'm actually doing that, or if something in my car just isn't quite stacking up to where those Jambala 750s are. And in case if I didn't mention it before, that's what the name of that model technically is. Basically, it's a custom model of a Porsche Cayenne, if you're asking me what make and model it's meant to be. But again, I'd assume Rockstar at the time probably didn't have the licensing to show it was actually a Porsche, so they basically went with one of the American custom models. I'd assume that's what they were doing at the time. Anyways, using my last shot of nitrous, and this time I pull it off. Over Lex, Andreas, Ricky, and I think the other guy in this race was Rezo. Yeah. So, me first, Lex second, Andreas third, Ricky fourth, and Rezo fifth.
Hey Trey, we got some new stock in. You might want to buy some. Stop embarrassing yourself with all that throwback.
And we have now unlocked level 1 performance parts for Class A vehicles. I guess that must have been because we won enough races, and we've now got some new exhausts unlocked. And the number of SUV truck races we have to do here in total is 15. And after 11 minutes we have only done the first one. I should also mention one of these cars is ironically my Cadillac Escalade EXT. The other one I believe is a Mercedes G500. So this time we've got some Chevrolet SSRs in this pack, racing against my Cadillac, and this time the countdown is going to be faster because it will be a drying race. Which in all honesty is a relieving sight to see. Hopefully with these Chevys now, I won't have to worry about being off the pace quite as much as I did before. Although I will still have to stay out of trouble using whatever methods I can. Even though these Chevys technically are a class underneath me. I'm so glad I did not blow up. And I am now closing in on the leader because my car is faster. Hopefully I can prove that, as long as I don't make too many mistakes. But anyway, I'm closing in because I am faster. Heavier, but faster. And my dubbed out Cadillac is now in the lead, as I would have expected. I really thought for sure that bus was gonna come out and cock me, but I'm so glad he didn't. Anyway, using nitrous, trying to keep my car in the lead, because that's the best thing I can really do. Trying to stay out of trouble as much as I can. And it looks like from here, I may be able to do just that. As long as I can hold on. And now, just one checkpoint left. And gonna take the short shoot through the park. And there we go. I win! Over Yo-Yo. As my car is now doing donuts. Dupes finishes the podium. 6.3 seconds behind me, Corey 4th, Ian 5th, Walker 6th, and Ivana was 7th.
Aye.
And we're now up to $69,380. Nice. And we have now got some new tail lights available. I may have to decorate this SUV with a lot of sponsors. Anyway, 2 races down. I think it's 3 races to go. If we're doing all 3 cities, I would assume that's how this is going to work. And this time we're now doing the Centennial Circuit, where if we win it, we will get 7 grand. As this time we're going up against Dodge Rams. Alright, let's go. And this will be a 4-lap race. Of us basically going round and round in circles. Yeah, I'm just gonna use 2 shots of nitrous, maybe see if that helps me stay out in the lead for longer. If I can hold on to my early jump. Maybe if it's possible this might actually pay off for me, but we'll wait and see. Because the Dodge Ram around here, it is fast. Damn fast, as Vince would put it. And that's basically what my struggles have been equating to at the moment. But nonetheless, I am using my nitrous charges effectively. And for now, they seem to be working because they're keeping me up front. And that is where I want to be. it's just a simple case of me making sure that I use my nitrous charges effectively, and also making sure that I keep myself out in front as well as out of trouble. And at the moment, I seem to be doing both, because I'm staying up front, and also because whilst I'm shifting the weight of this thing, it's also helping me to stay out of trouble. Which is why I have now pulled out to a big lead. I think this is probably the biggest lead I've had in a single race so far here in Atlanta. I basically just needed to keep my car up front, and at the moment I seem to be doing that very well, from what I can tell. And boosting across the line, and there we go. Win number 3 to the Cadillac Escalade. Over Dwayne, Sarah, Stoby, Wayan. Weren't there 7 of us? I think there were 7 of us. Wayan, Walker, and... Hey, where the hell is Bricks? There he is. Right. 5.6 seconds is how much I beat Dwayne by to the line. Sarah completes the podium, Stoby 4th. Wayan was 6th, followed by Walker, and Bricks finished 26.11 seconds behind me.
Not bad, is he?
Thanks, Oscar. Yeah, we've now unlocked aggro, which unfortunately means we now have a tutorial video coming up, and I'm gonna have to edit it out. Unfortunately, because copyrighted music, and also because I don't want to take my chances with the system. But before then, let's get our replay. A replay of me basically doing what that Dodge Ram effectively did to me the first time around. Just straight up blitzing me from start to finish, and basically giving me no chance of even being in contention to win. But this time around, the tables have turned. I basically did what that Dodge Ram basically did to me, and I just straight up outdrove him. And as a result, well, it came down to me scoring a legit win. And as you might have guessed, that's all I care about. I think I'll get another lap, and then I would say that'll do it. Hard to believe this is the first time I've actually done a 4-lap circuit race up to this point in the game. It actually doesn't feel that much different from doing 3-lappers. Yeah, it's not very easy to get a decent shot of this thing doing something in action. But all the while, I still think this car is pretty cool. And I think they definitely did a good job of making sure this thing looked cool. Anyways, on to the tutorial video, which I unfortunately cannot show. But whatever, on to the tutorial video. So that was our introduction into how aggro works, again, and I pretty much know how to use it because I've used it before in my Chrysler. And oh god, it's another wet race. And we have a Mercedes with a Chevy, and I think we also have a Hummer in this race as well, if I'm not mistaken. And and whatever else there is in the field. Yeah, between me and wet weather racing. Fuck you. Dodge SRT, you fuck. Yeah, between me and wet weather racing in this game, it's basically like Richard Hammond and his relationship with the Nissan Juke. Basically, my relationship with wet weather racing in this game, to put it simply, is I hate you, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. I hate you, 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 I hate you. That's my simple reaction to how I feel about wet weather racing in this game. Because it feels like something terrible is just going to happen at almost every corner. Like that. And if you're not paying attention, you'll basically pay a heavy price for it. And the AI will basically punish you as well. But regardless of that, I still pull off the win. Eventually. Even though that only took me 7 minutes to realistically do it, but whatever. I still hate wet weather racing in this game. It's just something I physically, mentally, and totally hate. So T-Bone 2nd, King 3rd, Sarah 4th, Walker 5th, and Doobs finished in 6th.
What's that money for, fool? Spend it on your car.
I will spend it once I am done with these races. Okay, I think we have just one more to go here in Atlanta. I'd say there's a reason why there's 15 races here. I am of the probability in assuming that it's going to be 5 races each. Is what me thinks. And this time we have got the Mercedes G-Wagons again. Okay, let's see how we go. And it looks like it's going to be another point-to-point race. I've done 4 point-to-point races up to this point and 1 circuit race. Haha! Outsmarted you this time, didn't I, Mr. Building? Now if I can just figure out how to control the rest of it, which is one thing I have been thwarted by with my attempts at this stage, because, well, I think these Mercedes G-Wagons, they might be underweight compared to my Cadillac. In other words, I think it's a case of an overweight Cadillac basically going against underweight Mercedes G-Wagons, and that's kind of what seems to be happening at the moment, because I have not been able to eliminate the rollovers I've been having with this thing, and I've rolled over a few times already in this thing. I guess it must be because of the weight transfer that just seems to keep happening every time I get loose. At least I can say the guy cocked himself because he was too deep into the corner. Something which in all honesty appeases me, because he is no longer behind me. And I consider that to be a good thing, because yeah, I'm not taking the shortcut anymore. I don't want to make the mistake I made previously again. I try not to make the same mistakes twice, even if I probably do. But anyway, I don't really care about my overall skill. I just care about getting the job done and making sure it's there. And I think that's it for part 1 of the SUV truck races, as I beat Jan to the line by 4.23 seconds. Sarah 3rd, Charlie 4th. Were there 7 of us in this race, or was it just 6? Boo 5th. Is that it? I'll wait about 20 seconds for the next guy to show up. There might have just been 5 of us. Oh, never mind, there were 6 of us. And it was Tyler who finished in 6th. Okay, I'm done.
What's that money for, fool? Spend it on your car.
How can I spend it on my car if there's not enough for me to use it on my car? And we've now got some front bumpers available, and that's it. Okay, whatever. I have won the first 5 races of the SUV Trucks Club. So, the first 5 races have now been done, and it is now raining. Luckily, however, we do not have to do any more SUV truck races here in Atlanta, as my next ones are going to be in San Diego, where I will no doubt have another 5 to do. But anyway, so we're now 57% complete with this part of the game. We also have some races to do in Detroit as well, but I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. And for now, I'm going to call it an episode here and get on with the San Diego Big Players races next time. So, next time on Midnight Club 3, Big Players Part 2.